In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, most merciful. Dear brothers, sisters, and learners, welcome to this English course, which is presented to you by English 101 UK. This is our fifth lesson. It's Monday, the 30th of July 2020. This lesson is made for the pre-intermediate level. In this lesson, we are going to have mainly its grammar, present continuous tense versus past continuous tense, and eventually we are going to have a look at some of the exercises. First, let's do the present continuous tense. What is a present continuous tense? How we use the present continuous tense? First, we use continuous tense to show that an ongoing action is happening right now. We also use it to show that an action is going to take place in the near future. It is formed by the using of the verb to be, such as am, is, and are, plus the present participle of the verb, plus the ing form. First, let's look at this as we have the statement, question, and negative form. To form the present continuous tense, we need to have a pronoun plus a helping verb, which is the verb to be, and the verb ending in ing form. So we have a statement says, you are looking at me. And in the questions, we place the verb to be before the pronoun. In this case, we have are you then looking at me? Question mark. How about the negative? It's so easy. We have you are, then you have the form not, and then looking at me. So this is how we form the present continuous tense in a statement, question, and in negative. How about this one? We have the statement. It says he is listening to you. A negative, he is not listening well. In a question, is he listening to you? Okay, I hope it is very easy to catch. Again, let's look at this table. Statement, negative, question form. So we have it here with all the pronouns with am. Again, we have the verb to be am, I am, and then the verb speak with ing. I am speaking. This is present continuous. You are speaking. He is speaking. She is speaking. It is speaking. We are speaking. They are speaking. In the negative form, we have not to form the negative. So here we have I am not speaking. You are not speaking. He is not speaking. She is not speaking. It is not speaking. We are not speaking. They are not speaking. How about the question? Again, we start with the verb to be. Am I speaking? A question mark. Are you speaking? Is he speaking? Is she speaking? Is it speaking? Are we speaking? And finally, are they speaking? So easy. So this is how we form the present continuous tense. Okay, here we have the past continuous tense. Let's see together why and how we form the past continuous. We use the past continuous tense to refer to a continuing action or state that was happening at some point in the past. Something that happened once in the past. It is formed by using the verb to be. In this case we have was and were plus present participle of the verb plus the ing. If you look with me at these examples, in statement we say you were. So this is the verb to be in the past tense plus the verb with ing form. So statement again, it says you were looking at me. Okay, how about the question? Were you? We start with the verb to be. Were you looking at me? Okay, how about the negative? You were not looking at me. So easy. Okay, another example, it says in the statement he was listening to you. Negative, he was not listening well. Question, was he listening to you? Okay, let's have a look at this table where we have these sentences in statement, negative, and in question forms. Okay, let's say I was speaking. So we have was, the verb to be, in the past form, plus the ing form. I was speaking English. You were speaking English. He was speaking English. She was speaking English. It was speaking English. We were speaking English. They were speaking English. How about the negative form? I was not speaking English. You were not speaking English. He was not speaking English. She was not speaking English. It was not speaking English. We were not speaking English. They were not speaking English. And lastly, in the question form, we start with the verb to be. So was I speaking English? Were you speaking English? Was he speaking English? Was she speaking English? Was it speaking English? Were we speaking English? And lastly, were they speaking English? Okay, so easy. It's similar like the present, but instead of using the verb to be in the present, we use them in the past. Now, let's move to those examples just to clarify what we have mentioned. So, here we have more examples in the present and past continuous. We have this are in the present continuous and this are in the past continuous. So let's read number 1. In the present we say you are learning English right now. Okay, we have are. Okay, how when we make it in the past, it becomes you were learning English yesterday. So we have are becomes were. And now we have, for example, yesterday. We can change, we have to change the time. Actually, it can't be you were and then now. Okay, let's move to number 2. It says you are not swimming now. Past, you were not swimming. 3. Are you sleeping? Past, were you sleeping this morning? 4. I am sitting down. In the past, I was sitting down. 5. I am not standing. I was not standing. So become was. 6. Is he sitting or standing? In the past, was he sitting or standing? 7. They are reading newspapers. In the past, they were reading newspapers. 8. They are not watching television. In the past, they were not watching television. 9. What are you doing? In the past, what were you doing? 10. Why aren't you doing your homework? Past. Why weren't you doing your homework? 11. She is doing her homework. She was doing her homework. 12. The boy is reading an interesting book. The boy was reading an interesting book. 13. A bird is flying around the tree. A bird was flying around the tree. 14. Our cat is sleeping under the chair. Our cat was sleeping under the chair. 15. She's looking so tired. She was looking so tired. Lastly, number 16. He is out there for hunting. He was out there for hunting. So these are the examples in both present continuous tense and in past continuous tense. Alright, now let's move to our exercise for this week. It says, complete the following sentences with the correct form of the verb to be. So we have these sentences in present continuous tense and in past continuous tense. You need to fill these gaps with the correct forms of the verb to be. Okay? For example, in present continuous we say, I am studying English. Okay, in past it says, I is studying English. So you need to write the correct form of the verb to be, but in the past continuous. Okay? 2. You have you doing this exercise. While in the past, you say you were doing this exercise. So this is done, but you need to do this. As for number 1, this is done and you need to do this. How about number 3? You need to do this. She helping you. In the past, she helping you. Okay. 4. He not doing this exercise. Again, he not doing this exercise. 5. My parents watching TV. My parents watching TV. 6. Their children sleeping. Their children sleeping. 7. My friend using her smartphone. My friend using her smartphone. 8. The exercise so easy. The exercise so easy. 9. The weather bad today. The weather bad yesterday. Okay. 10. It raining cats and dogs. It raining cats and dogs. 11. You ready to go? You ready to go? 12. You listening to me? You listening to me. So you need to do this exercise. You need to do them in present continuous and in past continuous. So this is our lesson for this week. I hope it is very easy, understandable, and very useful. I see you again in the next week.